Hey guys, Rob from Georgia, aka VHS82 apostrophe here with you, and joining me not too far from the great land of Canada, Glenn, aka BDG Reviews, and the psychopath himself, Will Cardinal, aka Cropsy, a thing no longer human. They say he lives on whatever he can catch, eats them raw, alive, maybe seeking the next summer camp to wreak havoc upon. They are the hosts, along with the Don of the one and only Bay of Blood podcast. And as well, Body Bags is in the house. We're fresh off our 10th Black and White Nights commentaries, rolling on into episode 11 as we look into Tony Malam's video nasty entry, The Burning, from 1981. So don't look, he'll see you. Don't breathe, he'll hear you. Don't even move. Just wipe the color off your freaking TV sets and settle back for what ought to be one hell of an entertaining evening. What's up, man?
Not much, man. Not much.
We need to say right off the get-go here that Will, aka Cropsy, apparently is wreaking havoc upon some summer camp, but he's not with us tonight.
Nope.
Bum. Well, you know, this is another one we're definitely gonna miss him on.
Yep.
So
sure.
I'm hoping, Will, when you get a chance to listen to this, you're hearing this, hopefully getting a good laugh, and know that you are missed big time.
Yeah.
So what are we watching tonight? We're watching The Burning.
Oh, yeah.
Black and white.
Yep, for sure.
So real quick, how far back does this go with you?
This one's an interesting one because I'd always heard the name The Burning, and I'd always kind of I'd seen a few scenes every now and then, but I never saw a VHS copy of it anywhere. And the first time I saw this, I actually bought a DVD from England. It was Vipco. And if you know anything about Vipco, they have this tendency, their releases aren't always the greatest. I think it was the wrong aspect ratio and everything, and there were issues with it. But sufficient to say, I still loved it as a movie. And then when I heard, the Scream Factory were releasing this, I was over the moon. And I love this movie. It is possibly, you know what, I'm going to say this. This is the best Friday the 13th sequel that isn't a Friday the 13th.
I'm trying to remember. This is one of those movies I definitely can't pinpoint. I don't remember renting this out of the video store per se.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, I vaguely remember seeing or reading about it in the pages of Fango as a kid.
Yeah.
I'm sure there probably were pictures of the infamous rap scene and,
yeah.
Of course, some of the work highlighted by Tom Savini.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm with you with this being Scream Factory release. Now, the Scream Factory release that I have is pretty special to me.
Yeah.
Got sent to me as a gift by the one and only, the godfather of body bags, Moods himself.
Ah, nice.
Which is was just an awesome thing to get into the mail from him.
Cool.
And yeah, so it's funny when I broke. I haven't watched this in a while. When I opened the case to get the disc out, it's funny. I still have the note inside there that he wrote me, and so I love it, man. When you got movies like that in your collection, they just mean so much more, man. When you can, and
yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's a movie in my collection that I can't nail down to something in terms of, oh yeah, that was a UK order, or yeah, I got it there. But I love the ones that you can nail down to a person.
Oh yeah.
Those are special, man. Those really mean a lot. So as far as I'm concerned, man, I got the ultimate burning edition, just because of who got it for me. So huge
Yep.
shout out to Moods and the 22 shots of Moods and Horror, and just the awesomeness that they do each and every week. And
Yeah.
but let's not forget about ourselves either. Of course, we both represent body bags,
Oh yeah.
and I think I just did number 91 today, ready to.
Nice.
Um, do you know what number you're on by chance?
I probably 93. I think I'm just like a couple of weeks ahead of you.
So you're going to be hitting 100.
I would assume at some point, sometime soon. Yes.
You need to figure that out, man, because you need to make that special, man.
Yeah, for sure.
'Cause I am. So you might as well just set the stage for me, do something special, and
Yeah.
post it around a few of the Facebook pages.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
I
a
mean,
special. That's special, man. Number 100, man.
yeah.
You only got 50 more to go before you got to decide what you're going to do.
Yeah.
So 150 is the magic number.
Yeah. Yeah.
So and of course, Bay of Blood podcast is the last pod that was done was
Uh, last episode was on uh bad sequels.
okay.
Yeah. We actually just uploaded the second part of the Jaws show.
Oh, is that up?
It's I don't think he's posted it yet, but I've sent it off, so it should be up pretty soon. That was a pain in the ass to edit. I mean, that took me over a month to edit. Yeah, it was a hard one to get to do, but good episode though.
And some good feedback. What Will's been talking about. Some good feedback.
Oh yeah. People have been digging it, so hey.
So be on the lookout for that, guys. Some new Bay of Blood stuff coming, and of course, body bags. Of course, each and every day we got a new review, and theme week coming up. Hammer time coming up.
Oh yeah.
But tonight we got another black and white film. We got The Burning. We got Tom Savini. We've got Tim. Tony. I'm sorry, Tony Malam's. His this movie got put on the video nasty list.
Yeah.
So isn't that sort of metal pinned on your chest?
It really is. I mean, when you think about it back then, I mean, it's like, yeah, you couldn't really sell your stuff in Britain properly, but it was sort of a badge of honor. I mean, it's one of the infamous video nasties. Let's be 100% honest, though. This is one of those ones I never got why this was on the video nasty list. My thought with the video nasty list, there's some titles on it. I see them and I'm like, yeah, Last House on the Left. Yeah, I get it. I Spit on Your Grave. Yeah, I get it. Cannibal Holocaust. Yeah, I get it. The Burning. Not so much. Because it's just, a fun little slasher film.
I feel the same way about Anthropophagus. I mean,
yeah,
with the exception of that one scene towards the end.
Yeah.
That really is a long, slow burn atmosphere. It's kind of atmospheric at point. Well, no, very atmospheric at points with the nighttime scenes, the exterior shots in the rain and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're right. I mean, you're right. I mean, sometimes you watch some of these movies that got put onto this list, and you're like,
why is this here?
Exactly.
Yeah, it makes no sense. I think a lot of the problem was when the video nasties happened, no one could, if you asked a police officer or whatever, what constitutes a video nasty, their answer would more than likely be I don't know, but I'll know it when I see it. Which is not a way to go about things. If you're gonna do the whole censorship thing, you need definite things. You need okay, this is on this list because there's these horrifically gory scenes of such and such a thing, or there's this scene and everything. Give an actual reason so that filmmakers know. Because I mean, yeah, this movie didn't have the easiest time with the ratings boards anywhere, because it is quite a gory movie. But if you don't let people know what they can and can't put out there, how do you expect them to work with you?
You I'm glad we brought this up at least momentarily because that reminds me. I still have not gotten that Video Nasty Part One, Part Two documentary that's out there.
Oh yeah,
Um,
it's a great documentary.
I really need to just go ahead and pull the trigger and get the at least get Volume One.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. You sometimes see it and you think it's kind of a high price, but when you think that each volume has over 6 hours of stuff on it, the price is pretty good for what it is, and
We
they're good
Go ahead.
documentaries too.
Speaking about documentaries, we ought to mention real quick before we get into this movie. We did watch a documentary leading up to this point. We watched
Yep.
Blood and Fire Memories, which was a detailed look at the creation of the film's makeup effects with special effects artist Tom Savini.
Yep.
This was only a 20-minute documentary, but it wasn't bad. What do you think about that?
I thought it was pretty decent. I mean, it covered most of what we want to know. My only gripe with it, and I think this is just a gripe with Tom Savini as a whole. He's very much it's about him as opposed to about the actual work and everything. And I think that's just how he is. I mean, I would have liked a little bit more like technical details about how some of these effects were done.
Yeah, that's the thing with these. A lot of these documentaries are not all the time hit and miss, but a
Mm,
lot of times, yeah, it's unless unless a lot, real focus went into, one of those, like what was the last one I saw that was, it, Intruder had a pretty good documentary on there
mm,
about, the effects and stuff and breaking it down and,
yeah,
um, either what you get is this really huge, prolonged, multi-part, documentary, or you get a 20-minute feature
yeah,
which basically skims over the surface of the water real quick and
yeah,
whets your appetite. But it's not like in the old days when you didn't even have this stuff. I mean, all you had is a copy of Fango in your hands, and you were just reading the breakdown, reading about it.
yeah. The
So
most you would get would be maybe an article. Other than that, it was usually just like a little paragraph, like Tom Savini's movie, like The Burning. There's a lot of good effects, and that's it.
I remember reading about the original Nightmare on Elm Street and Fango, and just learning about how they literally built that room so that it would literally turn
Yeah,
upside down and had everything nailed in. I mean, just
yeah,
reading about that was like, how did
yeah.
they do that? I mean, it was like,
And it's kind of mind blowing when you think, that they literally made and turned an entire room. Nowadays they just stick it in with CG, and
yeah. Well, I think
it's just
Poltergeist
kind
has
of
a
lazy.
similar effect. They have a room that turns.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, for that closet, like dragged into the closet scene or whatever, right?
Yeah, I think so. So, we mentioned that documentary. There's a few interviews on here as well, and
Yeah. Two commentary tracks though, which is
okay.
kind of interesting.
So we're gonna see here what we think about the burning in black and white.
Yeah.
Um, you ready?
Oh yeah, yeah. And
So
we're both on the Scream Factory disc, so just so anyone listening along, there you
and
go.
we'll be he'll be doing the countdown, but we're simply just hitting the play movie on the set screen. So if you guys want to know exactly where we're at,
Yeah. Okay, so you ready?
yep.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
MGM, love it.
Yeah, that looks great in black and white.
We've already seen a few MGMs, haven't we?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, look at this.
Camp Blackfoot.
You always gotta like the use of light in black and white films.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, it really changes. You see it in color, and it's just kind of there. It's just part of the scene. You see it in black and white, and it brings like there's more to it. Seeing like the light effects and everything. Like right here, this light shining on the kids' faces and everything.
yeah, it's more pronounced for sure.
Yeah.
This is a pretty devilish thing these guys are scheming up.
Yeah.
But it's a great way to introduce a villain, and it's
Yeah, it does everything you need. You don't need like an elaborate backstory. You just know that these kids are like pissed at this guy, and you don't really know why, but you already get the idea he's kind of a creep.
amazing to think these guys, these kids here are literally they are building a monster.
Yeah. Yeah. We've said it before, some movies just look like they could have been shot in black and white. And this scene alone looks like it could have been shot in black and white.
Unfortunately, I don't think we have any rain scenes in this movie.
No, I don't think so.
God, this is horrible. Do we ever know like it was this guy like a real jerk? I mean,
That's always the idea that I got, that he was just like a bully and just like a creep and everything. But I don't think anything that would have deserved this. I mean, it's not even like when you think of some of the characters in, like Sleepaway Camp, for example, that are like you got that guy that's like the cook who's like quite like obviously like a pedophile. You never really get that with Cropsy. It's just kind of like he's like a creep.
can you imagine if we would have had a scene somewhat like this? Um, that would have given this sort of the backdrop for Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh, yeah, you see that? It would have been perfect. I mean, honestly, Nightmare did it pretty good just with how they tell the story of Freddy. But it would have been cool to have, seen it like this.
I love that. I love how they framed all those faces in their window. Looks so cool.
Yeah. The thing is, you could almost take this scene and edit it into a Nightmare on Elm Street. and just call this guy Freddy Krueger, and it would work. I always find it funny of all the you see that's their reaction is like, we got to get him out of there, and oh, gasoline, man.
Oh, this is insane in black. I'm having images of the thing from another world, that
Oh yeah,
body
yeah.
burn. You have just created your worst nightmare.
Oh yeah. 1 week later. This does really well also in not showing what happened to him. Just hinting at it until the end when we finally get a reveal.
I notice the one thing black and white does is it really gives a film uh, a different type of continuity across. Because like, I mean, in color, we've been at the campsite, you've kind of got all that stuff going on, but now you're in the city in a hospital,
Hmm.
and it's got that grimier look, just sort of, and that
Yeah,
everything sort of equals out a little bit when it's in black and white.
it does. It really does. He kind of loves this. He's like, you want to be a doctor, right? Come on. Come look at this. This is where it's at. He ain't gonna see nothing standing over there.
Guys like, man, I don't want to see this.
Yeah. Come on, take a look. Oh,
Oh man,
yeah.
that looks messed up, man.
It does. I mean, Corky Burger. I love that.
All right, we're gonna have a few names here. We're gonna have to. This is fun. If no one's seen this movie before, if this is your first time, you're gonna get a real big surprise here in a minute when you start seeing
Oh, yeah.
some of these names pop up.
For sure. I mean, people here went on to do big things. I'll just say it that way.
I mentioned this film was by and large shot in upstate New York, not too far from where I grew up, Buffalo, New York, and
Nice.
Tom Savini, the master.
Yep. I love that Corky Burger. I just think that's an awesome name.
Harvey Weinstein. This is their first real. And Bob.
Yep.
Yeah, everyone knows about their problems.
Yeah.
Tony Malum. Amazing. First big movie, and you get put on the Neo Nasty list.
Yeah.
Mentioned too that Savani actually turned down Friday the 13th Part 2 to do this film.
Yeah. Yeah. It was an accident. Don't blame anybody. It's like, you've burned me alive. I'm going to blame whoever the hell I want to blame. And I'm going to raise some hell about it.
Knowing what this guy looks like, it's tough to think, man, that you're just leaving the hospital to try to. How do you even begin to integrate into society if that's what you really want?
All, all I could think is you need to grab like a Michael Myers mask and wear it all the time. Like a mask that just looks like, normal. Like a face.
Now, see, it's interesting because with his POV shots, they're always that blurry sort of,
Yeah,
and it looks really cool in black and white like this.
it does. Hmm.
Yeah, he's been in the hospital a long
Yeah.
time.
He has certain needs. Oh, now that's a good shot.
It is a good shot.
That
That
look.
now that I was just gonna say that hails back to some of the better moments in Giallo history, man.
Oh, for sure. And that's something this definitely does really well. The fact, like I said earlier, that you don't, until the end, you don't see his face. You don't see the true extent of the damage done to him. But then when you do, you're kind of like, oh.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd be bringing her home to Mama.
Nah, no.
So like, I just wonder what his intention was from the start. Is he just like not knowing what he really wants, or he just wanting some early practice, get out some angst?
I think it's just rage. I think rage is literally what's kept him alive. Anyone else probably would have died from his wounds, but pure rage. Oh. Oh. What makes that worse is the fact that she was reaching for them. So essentially, she brought them
Oh,
to his attention.
dude, him and the maniac would have got along, man.
Oh yeah, they'd have got along great. Throw in the New York Ripper just for the hell of it.
Oh, now that's cool.
Yeah,
Love it when we see an early sunrise over the water.
that's kind of the thing. I mean, daylight shots look really good in black and white.
All right, so the guy on the right there, he'll go on to do Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Nice.
He won't have a big career, but he'll do. There's another big surprise here coming up here. There he is, number 96.
Yep.
Who is that? Tell everyone who that is.
That is George Costanza, otherwise
Can't,
known as Jason Alexander, when he still had hair.
can't stand ya, Costanza. Look at him with all that hair.
I
That's
know.
awesome, man. He's like a kid. Punk.
He is.
He does steal the show in this movie, though, man. Every scene he gets, man, he just lights it up.
For sure. For sure. And I mean, man, you got it. You gotta love him. It's like, hey.
We said earlier that I was reading somewhere where someone was likening this to a nice combination of Friday the 13th meets meatballs.
It really is. And the thing is, let's be honest, like, a lot of these characters are really, they're like enjoyable. You like them. Unlike, like usually in Friday the 13th movies where it's literally just, well, how are we going to kill this one?
I always forget just how young some of these kids do look.
Yeah. That's one thing I do definitely appreciate about this. The fact that they're all young, like, and they actually are young. They don't seem like, like 47-year-olds playing 15.
I love that blurry sort of POV.
It's a very distinctive look. I've never seen another movie quite go with like a look like that.
I think a lot of it goes to his because of the burn. That's just how he sees.
Yeah,
This dude don't, man. He don't care, man. Anyone gets in his way, he's just gonna
yeah,
go full rage.
yeah. Because I mean, common sense would tell you in a situation like this, it's probably not the best time to be slaughtering somebody.
Look at that. Filmed near Buffalo, New York, and we got a buffalo head.
Yep,
Nice.
smoking a cigarette for some reason.
See, and this is the thing that we never really got with Friday the 13th was a lot of kids.
Yeah.
It
Well,
was
that's all.
all
That's always the thing with Friday the 13th. It's always like people setting up the camp, or people,
right.
or like, or they're fixing it up or something. There's only ever one where it was like actually like a camp. There were actually kids there, and that was part 6.
Yep.
Yeah, all the others, it was. Well, I mean, I guess it's the sort of thing when you add kids into the mix, you have to, take the. You have to either run with the fact that, there are kids here, kids are gonna get killed, or you have to have a reason for them to be away when the killings happen.
It's funny. I think one of the times, or first time that my wife was watching Friday 13th Part 6 with me, that scene when he comes into the that billet there with all the little kids in there.
Yeah.
My wife was like initially, she's like, "Oh no, 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 no! Calm down. He's not gonna kill any little kids."
Yeah. I mean, it's the sort of thing. It takes balls to
Could you
kill kids in the
could you
movie.
imagine if he would have just went in there and just started hacking off?
I think that movie would have had a much bigger place in history if he had.
Because that wasn't like the vibe of the whole movie from the start, anyways. It was had a more of a universal. We're gonna bring our monster back from the grave feel.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't have jived well, anyways, unless the whole movie was
Yeah.
a much more serious tone.
Yeah, for sure.
Loving how it looks. So
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm constantly surprised by how many things, that when you see in black and white, it just works so well. Hmm. Yeah, there's
Well,
no
yeah,
rain in it, but you
I
got
was just,
yeah,
yeah, I was just gonna say, we do get a little bit of running water here.
yeah. It's amazing how like I've said it before how well like falling water comes off in black and white. I just find it so funny how like there's no roof on this thing. I mean, I'm sure that's probably how it actually would have been at a camp, I guess. I don't know, but you know, you would have thought there'd have been a roof of some sort. Hmm.
As weird as it is, I never really went to a summer camp when I was a kid.
Yeah, me neither.
Not like this. I mean, not like your stereotypical.
Hmm.
Now, there was an amusement park that we used to go to in the summer when I was a kid, and my parents would buy. We would have season passes. It was the type of amusement park that later would become a Six Flags,
Oh, okay.
but
Yeah.
then would revert back to what it was before, which was called Darien Lake. And
Oh, yeah, yeah. I
yeah, and
remember hearing about Darien
okay.
Lake. Yeah.
So, anyways, I forgot. Yeah, I forgot. You might have heard about that. So what we used to do is we would go there and camp
Hmm.
for like a week or two, sometimes 2 weeks. And I'm telling you, man, with season passes as a kid, man,
Hmm.
that was like the greatest, man. My my dad would give me a $20 bill, which was just for quarters for the big arcade.
Yeah.
It was like every day was the same, man. Just wake up, eat breakfast, go down to the park, spend the day at rides, come back for lunch, come back down, come back for dinner.
Hmm.
And but in the camp area, we had things just like this where you would go shower up, and
Hmm.
I think they were mostly inside the building though.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. There's just something about like the open top. It's just kind of. I love that he's a sexual predator. It's like, yeah. Considering who came up with this story, that might actually be true.
That is weird to think that this was their break-in film.
Yeah, it really is. If I think it's a problem, I'll make sure he's kicked out of the camp, okay? He's like, yeah.
I'm pretty sure she went on to do a few things. I can't think what they would have been.
I don't know.
Didn't you saw Fast Times at Ridgemont High, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, didn't he lose a girl to his buddy who was supposedly had his interests at heart, really didn't,
I think so. It's been a long time
and,
since I've
and,
seen it, so,
and he slept with the girl that he really liked.
yeah.
There's parts in that movie that are just, I mean, I know it's a comedy and everything, but there's a few moments in there that are a little bit infuriating.
Yeah.
You kind of feel for for the character. It's like,
Mm. 5 years ago when I was at camp, I didn't just get balled out, I got sent home. It's like, okay. Well, yes, that tends to be what happens when you know, try to burn someone to death. Mm. Mm. She moves her eyebrows a lot.
she looks a little young to be smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining though. It's nice to watch a movie where people are smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, yeah.
Do we have a horror movie now where someone is smoking or vaping the way they would have smoked a cigarette?
I can't think of any, but I know sometimes you get it on TV. It's like it comes up and it's like uh, viewer discretion advised. There's scenes of smoking.
Really?
Yeah, and it's like really like you have to put a viewer discretion advisory for that. It's like come on.
Maybe watch Jaws and the mayor smoking in the hospital.
Yeah. That always makes me laugh, you know, smoking in the hospital or smoking on planes and I could like you dig Glazer? It's like no. Yeah, Hitler 2.0 over here. Hey, what's the matter, Todd? You gotta ease up, man.
It'd be kind of funny though if they would have, you know, really been sort of, I don't know what's the way to phrase it, but if this guy would have ultimately in the end played a somewhat heroic, like if we would have seen his character shift
Yeah,
over the course of the film, that would have been kind of, but he never really does change, does he?
no. Well, I guess that's kind of one thing. Pretty much all these characters like stay the same as they are, which I guess, you know, it makes sense. I mean, you wouldn't have like a huge dramatic shift, but you know. There's Jason Alexander again.
Think of all those seasons of Seinfeld that are coming up on the horizon.
Yeah. I always remember when I first realized that it was Jason Alexander, I was like, wow.
That's a nice shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just thinking when we first saw that shot. We'll see it again here in a second. Yeah, so you look at it right now. I
Mhm.
really wish, man, they would redo that movie or the story. Oh, what the, what's that story? That Stephen King story about the kid that gets
Uh,
trapped on the raft. That
the raft.
is it? Okay, yeah, and it's
Yeah.
sort of like an oil slick, but it's more of like a blob in water.
Yeah. Just a garbage bag on floating on water. Yeah.
The
That.
story is pretty good though. It's that the first time I saw the what is it? A segment in Creepshow 2?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or is it Creepshow 1?
no, it's 2.
Yeah. Yeah. 2.
There's nothing bad in Creepshow 1.
No. No.
But I was just thinking how awesome it would be to revisit that story, but film it in black and white.
Oh yeah. That would be perfect. Because I mean, let's be honest. That essentially is something that you know you would have seen and you could have seen made in the 50s.
It really does feel natural watching.
Yeah. Go away. Just like push him in. How did they get out there without getting their hair wet?
They're girls, man. They never get their way.
That's true. This scene always reminds me of that scene in Train Spotting where they're aiming at the bulldog and like, can you see the beast? Do you have him in your sights? Pork him.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh yeah, right here, right here. Look at this.
Yes,
Oh, that's classic.
it is. Gotta love that. Like drinking cans of Coke and smoking like a cigar or something.
They do really do a good job of making you forget that there's this real threat.
Yeah. I mean, you could totally see this just being like, uh, like in like an '80s like sex comedy.
Yeah, like on Meatballs Part 2.
Yeah, it would so fit in, but throw a killer into the mix, everything kind of changes. Wonder why he's poking himself with that needle.
You know, I was just thinking, it'd be a fun podcast
Hmm.
picking 3 or 4 movies where somebody like Jason Alexander got their start.
Oh yeah, that would be good.
You got like Brad Pitt cutting class,
Yeah.
um,
Hmm.
Tom Hanks, and I still know what you. Oh no, no, no. What am I thinking? He knows you're alone.
Yeah. Yeah. Then obviously the big one, Kevin Bacon and Friday the 13th.
George Clooney was. What was he in?
From Dusk Till Dawn, I know that. I don't think
No, he was in Slasher.
Return of the Killer Tomatoes. He was in Return of the Killer Tomatoes. I know that. Who's that? Who's in there? Random bird. I like that they were considerate enough to put a roof on the toilet, but not on the shower.
Return to Horror High.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Return of the Killer Tomatoes in '88. That's
Yeah. Man,
hilarious.
I always remember him in that, and I was thinking like, damn, he went on to like be like a star.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys like that, man. Johnny Depp, Nightmare.
Oh yeah. The funny thing is, whenever I used to watch Nightmare on Elm Street, I never really realized it was Johnny Depp for the longest time.
Really?
Yeah, it took me quite a while, and then like I was like, "That's Johnny Depp." I mean, like I'd obviously heard it, but I never really realized until I eventually noticed it one time. Uh,
You know what's so funny about this movie? This is one of those weird movies where you could imagine if you actually were to go to a summer camp somewhere on the lake, these are exactly what the kids would look like.
yeah, they really would.
You're right, man. These kids could be like right out of a National Lampoon's, whatever.
Yeah, easily. And the thing is, I mean, it's like I said, they're all kind of like I don't want to say like nice kids, but like none of them deserve what they get. Unlike,
No, well, no, they don't. They don't.
no,
They have nothing to do.
nothing at all. I mean, unlike, some of the Friday the 13th people. 3-day canoe trip to Devil's Creek.
Yeah, we're inching closer to some major special effects scenes.
Oh yeah.
I love those little the lights that are hanging that have the tin covering over them.
Yeah,
That like goes right back to Friday the 13th, man.
it does. I love that, like the hung, what is it, like a toy giraffe or something, or a zebra?
Zebra.
Yeah, it's like of all the things, it's like, you know what? We'll just put this here. Like, here's my speed. I was looking for that. Good use of shadow too.
Yeah. That sort of calls back. He knows you're alone.
Yeah.
Killer, like they really slow down the framing shots, and he just sort of.
Hmm.
Of course, that's not our killer.
No.
It's got some great POV shots from the killer's point of view.
Hmm.
That movie Amsterdam.
Oh yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's a great movie, boy.
Yeah. I love that. We one good swimmer for each group. It's like you'd think by this point they could all swim.
That
Being like a camp.
that kid was in something. That the kid in the middle there.
Yeah. I mean, look at those kids at the bottom left. I mean, those are young kids
Yeah.
there.
Well, this canoe trip is interesting because it kind of, it, it pulls the attention away from the young kids and
Yeah.
puts the onus on the older ones, which you don't want to see this guy, wrecking havoc with 8, 9-year-old.
Yeah.
That would be pretty tough, boy.
Yeah.
Of course, had you seen Anakin actually taken out
The
the
younglings. Yeah.
yes, that would have really. I think that's
Oh, well, you've seen that meme, right? Yeah, yeah. You'll have like a picture, and it'll be like some kid screaming or whatever, and the mother will pick up a phone, and it'll just be like Anakin Skywalker's on speed dial.
No, I don't think I have.
Yeah, it's just like we'll call up Anakin, let him deal with this. Yeah, the black and white works really well. I'm thinking it's all the day shots that are really kind of doing it as well. I love that the boat's going down. It's like, well, you're screwed now. No one goes there anymore. Everything burned down. So I wonder, was this movie that brought the name Cropsy into the like the national consciousness or whatever, or was
Well,
it
besides
something
it
it just
being,
co-opted?
it's an urban legend, right?
Yeah, but did
And,
the urban legend come from this, or
no, no,
is this just using
yes,
cool?
that's my understanding.
Hmm.
And it is kind of funny too because I think the Cropsey legend or urban legend is New Jersey-ish, right? And that's apparently there's a real Crystal Lake in New Jersey.
That's awesome. You know, if you have a place called Crystal Lake, you have to put a Jason Voorhees at the bottom of it. Just for the hell of it, like one of those statues like that guy did in somewhere. I can't remember where it was.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Think how like weird that would be. You go like scuba diving, and then all of a sudden it's like Jason is there.
But I was thinking the other day how much I really wish the Friday set that I picked out of Walmart, the condensed franchise.
Hmm.
Um, I really wish I had part 10 in there. Man,
Yeah,
I've just been in the mood to watch that lately.
yeah. Uh,
That looked great.
it did. It really did. Did she just put that knife in the fire?
See that? Probably.
Yeah.
Scene's over. I don't need this anymore.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, just stick it in there. He takes paper bags, see? Oh.
Funny to think of we're ways in here and we haven't really had any major carnage.
No, it's kind of surprising, really, how long it's taking.
I wonder how much the black and white makes it at least feel as though it's spaced out even more.
That's true. It might.
We were talking about all those first-time actors in horror movies.
Mhm.
Uh, had who should have been in the original or the original Halloween?
Who?
It was actually oh, come on now. He was the boyfriend to Souls. What's her name? Souls.
PJ Souls.
Yes,
Yeah.
her boyfriend at the time was. I can't. I think of his stupid name now. Um. Oh, this drives me crazy. Had it in my mind, and now I. Oh, come on. Jaws 3D.
Yeah. Oh, I'm drawing a blank. Why am I drawing a blank? Um, it's gonna annoy me. Get my phone and find out.
Ah, I, Dennis Quaid.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I believe he was PJ Souls' boyfriend, and he had something else going on. He was supposed to be the boyfriend though in Halloween, and never was. It could have been his first big.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be weird, man, to be talking about? Yeah, Dennis Quaid. Remember him in Halloween?
Yeah. Yeah, it would.
Oh, no, that almost has a Last House on the Left vibe there for a second.
Yeah.
It's funny to think they never did a sequel to this.
Yeah. I mean, we have like 12 or 13 Friday the 13th, and we have one burning. I guess it was a good enough standalone story. Hmm. That's one of those scenes that might have looked better in color.
I don't know. There's something.
It works in black and white, but I don't know. Maybe he had it. We'll really see on the Raft Massacre because that's all in daylight and everything.
Oh, so she ran out on you. No, I recorded it, didn't I? I just you gotta have a Jaws reference somewhere.
Oh, of course.
As these special effects compliments of Tom Savini begin to roll here soon. Mentioned too, Daryl Daryl Ferrucci also work on special effects. He must have worked with Savani a bit because I know he did some work on The Prowler as well, and
Nice.
Creep Show too. But most notably, he plays Fluffy on the Crate segment,
Yep.
which is really really cool. How awesome would that be, man? Just to be known for playing such an iconic.
Oh yeah. I mean, let's be honest. It's Fluffy's not on the cover of Creepshow, but he might as well be because he's almost like the face of that movie.
Dude, that's my favorite segment, man. I love that segment.
Hmm.
I could watch that segment by itself all the time.
Yeah. I love that. We'll build a raft. Well, I mean, what else would you do?
It is pretty genius again how they remove these older kids out of that.
Yeah.
So I guess the real question is if Cropsey if he was able to eliminate this whole crowd, would he go back to that camp and just go on a binge?
I would assume so. I mean, he doesn't exactly seem like the moral ones. Like, I won't kill those ones. They're too
I,
young.
I don't care if you're 8.
Yep.
I'm gonna just start slicing you up in your bed where you're at.
Yep. You just like, well, less meat to cut through. We've got this. Jane, we seek wood. Great line. Yeah, if anyone seems like a sexual predator, it's this guy.
You only knew.
It's a good thing they have all this rope. I mean, where did they get planks?
Found them in the woods.
Cropsy's been there beforehand and pre-cut down some trees for them. Because he knew.
Boy, he just can't take no.
No.
We have a couple guys like that in this movie. Just have a hard time with no.
Yeah.
Oh, underlining theme here: sexual frustration.
Yeah. Well, when we know who wrote it, it makes sense.
What's this guy's problem? He just gets off
This
on
guy,
being the
yeah,
Tom.
he's like a serial peeping Tom. That's all he does. And look at that. They even made those things you row with. Oars.
Pretty short period of time to get that thing constructed.
Yeah. And I mean, and hell, that oar there is like a perfectly shaped oar.
I forgot their group split up like this.
Yeah. I'll be
I love.
84 by the time you get there.
Oh, look at this.
Yeah, slowest raft ever.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at the wood line and stuff, it's in black. It just does not look very inviting.
No.
Just
No,
has this weird, weird ambiance of yeah. Most of you aren't getting out of this.
Yep.
Ah, is this the infamous?
Oh, yeah.
Kind of weird to think that he's just well, this way right here.
I just want to know why they sent so many people. I mean, you could have made probably like a one-person raft and sent one person for help. Probably would have been better for everyone concerned. Well, it definitely would have been better for all of these ones.
I like how that looks. I just like how that. Oh, yeah, that was good for me.
I never get how that's a kill shot. Okay, that looked good. The blood running down her
Oh
arm.
yes, that. Oh.
I mean, yeah, that strike to the head. I mean, I don't know. That just looks like a cut on the forehead. It doesn't look deep enough to be a kill shot, but I'm guessing he probably had things to do with them afterwards.
Makes you wonder. I mean, he's patient, man. Just laying that canoe just in the middle of nowhere. Just
Yeah, I mean, that means he took the canoes, he waited for them to build a raft, and he stayed in that canoe until they got there. So he's been in there for hours. Of that. They're probably safer than we are. It's like, not quite, buddy. Not quite. Like, I was just wondering about what? Is that Old Spice you're wearing?
woodland scent.
Yep.
I love New York.
I guess okay. We're out here in the woods. Nothing bad can happen to us out here. That's all. Uh, oh, that was that was a slap in the face, wasn't it? You're cold, yeah. You didn't do much to warm me up. Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
I'm really digging the black and white here.
Yeah.
I love the close-ups of faces. That it just, I don't know, it seems more, which is weird to say, but it seems more alive.
Hmm. So I wonder, did he swim back to shore, or did he take that canoe, or what? He's got back here somehow.
Pretty quick, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not gonna win this fight.
Nope. Yeah, he's got something with like watching people.
You know, it's weird because if you think about the extension of his character in Fast Times,
Mm,
it's almost like a slightly evolved character from
yeah.
this movie because of his lack of confidence in himself, he
Mm,
loses out on that girl
yeah.
to the supposedly best friend who.
I love how close he is behind them, and he like doesn't notice. Come on. Do-do-do.
What is he got, like getting his jollies off of watching that guy get it?
I think so.
Yeah, you finally got yours.
Yeah.
That is a nifty effect, though, seeing how we saw how that was done.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things. It's like actually when you think about it, a really simple effect, but it's so effective.
See, you know, this kid could have been the next Crops man.
Yeah. Look, Glazer's dead.
He does, man. He does look like he's got some serious issues.
He does.
Like I wouldn't believe him either.
Mm,
Like Punk, you've been staring at people too long.
yeah. Oh my God. It's like, yeah.
Now that is pretty cool that the body was actually there, or he's there too.
Yeah.
That was kind of lame.
Like, run, Forrest, run.
It's like how many times do you get to see that though, where the kid is like, "Come look with me," and the body's actually still there.
Yeah. It reminds me almost of that, like, that scene in Stage Fright where, he kills that girl outside and then just leaves the
Oh
body
yeah,
there.
yeah,
He just doesn't care, you know?
that's good stuff, man.
Yeah.
These killers, man, some of these killers have way too much time on their hands, man. Finding
Yeah.
these little places to stack all the bodies nice and neat so they can all
Yep.
fall out.
Yep. The corpse rooms scene. Some of them make it interesting. They put them as if they're like, watching TV or something. I always think that's kind of cool.
Ah, here we
Here
go.
we go. Yeah.
This easily, subtly is my most favorite moment.
Yeah.
Just, man. Just to think that's just been drifting down.
Yeah.
I tell you, would have been a. I tell you, would have been a cool. Let's just say for a minute that raft, we never see that raft again,
Hmm.
and we just go through the motions of the rest of the film, and then we have the end and everything. And as a last sort of clinching moment, how great would it have been, man, if you would have went back to the river. This raft is still floating down the river somewhere, and you got a bunch of fishermen, man, a couple of fishermen
Oh yeah.
drinking beer in a freaking boat, fishing, man, and this thing's coming towards them,
Yeah.
and that's your last framing shot of the movie. Is
That would be
see,
cool.
yeah, the horror on the fishermen's faces, man.
Oh yeah. That would be a hell of an ending.
I mean, because they do such a good job of making you forget about certain things.
Yeah.
I don't even think we'd be thinking about the raft right now if it wasn't for this scene.
No. And I just love that the arm is separated. You know, it's like he's gone above and beyond to take them take them apart.
Phew. This little punk man.
Yep. I mean, he's done well to survive this long. His creeper instincts kept him safe for quite a
Huh.
while. I love how now they're all on the raft. It's like,
Yeah, I know. They cleaned off the raft, and now they're.
yeah. I wonder if they at least flipped it first to wash it off or something, you know? I actually kind of like to think that, they're just like using the bodies as like seats and they're just kind of sat on top of them and going along.
I don't know, man. I don't understand why is Cropsy waiting so long, man? Is he like, I can't believe I found someone more pathetic than myself?
It might be, yeah.
So he's just letting him continue to go along.
Yeah. I find it funny how much better these guys are at rowing this than the other ones were.
See, I'll tell you what's missing, man. A couple of these people just vomiting because it smells so bad.
Oh yeah. I think he's just like, one of my people.
doesn't realize there's something like majorly wrong here.
Yeah, you'd think.
That other horror movie from back here in the '80s. Was it The Forest? Where they're all getting killed off in the forest.
Uh, I don't know. I know there was "Don't Go in the Woods." There was something like that. I always wonder, is this supposed to have been the other camp? Because you said it burned down, all that were left is ruins, and they're here in like some ruins.
Oh, I know what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about that movie, The Final Terror from '83.
Oh yeah. They really seem to like having him look around corners. I mean, he's been doing it so often this entire movie. Get there, peek around the corner. Didn't he just come in that way? I don't know.
You said it earlier. It just occurred to me just now thinking about this up to this point. It is kind of funny to think that this ended up on the video nasty list.
Yeah, I mean, it's so obviously
I mean, I guess
like,
unless the rap scene was so crazy for them at the time,
yeah,
that's the only scene in this whole movie that really.
yeah. I mean,
Maybe it's part of it's the lack of motive or reason to kill other than just his own innate rage.
could be, yeah. I just want to know about this ending. Why does he have a flamethrower? I mean, everyone else he's killed with like, the garden shears and everything, but for some reason he pulls out a flamethrower for this end.
Yeah, this is a kind of a really neat place to end up here towards the end.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice. Shafts of light look awesome in black and white. You suck. Just tripped.
I wonder if he really tripped and he just left it in.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean,
It's pretty creepy.
yeah.
So, yeah, so this was an old mining shaft.
Yeah. That's the thing. I wish they, brought something up like earlier in the movie, like about like, there were mines in this area or something before it was a camp or something.
See, why is it when something is rolling at you, we want to run in a straight line?
I don't know.
Initially, at least.
Hmm. I love how that's just a still frame.
Yeah,
It's just kind of like, well,
never thought about that.
yeah, it's just there you go, still frame. And this, like again, why does he have a flamethrower? What sense does that make? I would assume it's just, he wants to burn, like, you know, the kid that burned him, but how does he even know he's the same kid?
So, is he one of those kids?
Yeah,
Okay, so there is a connection then.
yeah.
But does Cropsy know?
See, I don't know. Maybe he just doesn't like people named Todd.
Huh, maybe? If that's the case, then he's the only connection in this whole movie.
Yeah.
Well, that was downright anticlimactic.
Like, I'll come out with this flamethrower and then do nothing.
Well, it's nice to know that Jason Alexander lived through this thing.
Yeah.
He never did get killed.
Nope.
And the other one it just occurred to me was because we watched Meg the other night.
Mhm.
What's his name from The Office, man, in House of a Thousand Corpses?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I know who you mean. I just can't. The name is
He ends up
eluding
becoming
me.
fish guy. Oh yeah, we need more of that, man. We need more like serious debuting in a really rough movie, and then they go off to have big careers.
Yeah. Doo-doo-doo.
That I'll tell you what, in black and white, that looks more real.
Oh, definitely.
His makeup, that looks good. I like that.
Yeah. Now here's a character they could add to that Dead Till Daylight game or whatever, or Dead by Daylight or whatever. That'd be kind of cool.
Now here's where you pick up the flamethrower, finish it off.
Exactly.
Oh, I forgot we had the helicopter scene, man.
Yeah. You know they blew like 90% of the budget on just getting this helicopter. You know they had to have. Or it'll have been they needed it for some shots, and it was like, you know what, just land this over here, and won't have told them that they were filming or something. Ooh.
Boom! Oh, that's pretty good.
See, he learned this time. He was like, yeah, I'll set him on fire this time.
Rainn Wilson. Remember Rainn Wilson from The Office?
Yep. Yeah, that's it.
He's freaking great, man. I love his scenes between him and Sid Hagen in House.
Oh, yeah.
At the beginning there.
Oh,
It's so
yeah,
good
that's
stuff,
awesome.
man. He gets so intimidated by him. I
Oh,
don't know
yeah.
who wouldn't get intimidated by him.
That's true.
There's
That's
this
true.
weird thing, man, where like when you're listening to Rob Zombie's commentary on that. Have you heard that? Have you heard his commentary on that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember when he's talking about that scene when he's like, it kind of creeped him out a little bit because it just seemed like Rain was like almost sort of in a weird way flirting with him.
Yeah.
Dude, that's so creepy, man. I love listening to Rob talking his commentaries.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, say what you want about his movies. You know, I know a lot of people, he has a lot of haters, but he does a good commentary.
Oh yeah, big time.
I always wondered, was this guy saying this, is this supposed to be Alfred having grown up? And now he's like a counselor or something, or like a...
Who is Alfred, the punk?
Yeah, the guy who was just there, you know, the creepy kid.
Yeah.
This feels like a tacked on scene.
Yeah. I like my rap ending better.
Yeah.
That'd have been great, man. That would have been great. If you would have like totally forgotten about the rap the rest of the movie, and then all of a sudden, man, after going through everything you went through, and then
just,
all of a sudden, man, you see that raft floating, and you're like, oh crap, that raft, yeah. And then you see the fishermen, and they're just kind of sitting there doing their thing, man. And then one of the fishermen looks up and goes, "Hey, there's a raft floating down. Well, they don't do anything. It'll get to us." And they just wait, man. They just wait for it. And
oh
then,
yeah.
Boom! What the?
Yeah. I mean, hell, you could even like overlay credits over it. Like it's slowly coming towards the screen and the credits are rolling. And then it would just end with, you know, them seeing it.
Sequences by Tom Savini.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder how the Prowler looked.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see if that Ferrucci guy gets credited here. He should. He's in IMDb credited.
Yeah.
Make nuts. Oh yeah, there he is. Oh yeah. Oh,
Nice.
that's another Ferrucci.
Oh. Maybe it's
Yeah,
his
because it's
brother.
Daryl Ferrucci is the name I'm looking for.
Oh.
So there must have been two Ferrucci's on there. Because the other one's a gaffer.
Yeah. Daryl Ferrucci.
There you go.
Yeah.
Special makeup assistant. So he was assistant to Tom Savini.
Yeah. Script consultant Vicky Weinstein. That was damn good. That worked in black and white very well.
Another Weinstein there, Sarah Weinstein.
Yeah.
This was a family movie.
I love that. Copyright 1980, Cropsey Venture.
That's nice, man. See, and that's weird. They never went anywhere with it other than this one.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I guess that's kind of cool, that they left it just as its own thing. And I can appreciate that, like a one and done type thing.
Well, we've had this conversation before, and Will wasn't too up on it, but I love the movies that I have that they're just their own movies by themselves, not weighted down by the franchise or
Yeah.
you know.
Well, I mean, the thing is, it's like if you tell a good story to begin with, you only need one movie to do it. You know, you don't always need not everything needs a sequel.
No, but it is surprising that this is 80, 81. I wonder if it's talked about in the commentary.
Probably in one of them. I mean, you have one with the
Who are the
director,
commentaries? One's
one
with the
with
director.
one's with the director and film historian, and the other one is with some actors. I can't remember which
Yeah.
actors. I think it's like the main guy and girl.
See, I'm gonna have to listen to that sometime.
Yeah.